Yeah,
Many
definitely it's more
Western
similar
tourists
to
love to
Mexico.
photograph.
Namaste, welcome to my channel, welcome to Thinking Nashi channel where we talk and react things related to India. Thank you so much for passing by one more day. You know, mi casa es tu casa, guys. And today we have Indian poor and American poor, like a shocking difference between these poor level of countries. So that will be interesting. I know a little bit around the poor, how it is in some places in US, but I can imagine as well in India. And to be honest, I can feel that in this way Mexico could be more related to India. So let's check this video and then we talk about this, and as well don't forget to follow me here on my social media.
You must have heard a sensational story of the deceased Indian millionaire, a beggar from Mumbai who left behind certificates of fixed deposits and some cash. How strange is that? India and America, one is a developed country, the other one is still a developing nation. Unfortunately, homelessness, slums and poverty still exist in the two largest democracies of the world. However, there is something that makes Indian slums unique. No, I'm not talking about the beggars anymore. I want to tell you the shocking difference that I have personally experienced while visiting the poor neighborhoods in the two countries. The first difference is people. Happy, friendly and joyful people. In Indian slums you can find them everywhere, all the time. On the other hand, in America and also in many other Western nations, you tend to find anger and unrest when you
Yeah,
visit the
that's
poor
100%.
areas.
Yeah, that's true.
I have personally experienced this.
Yes,
You
that's
do not
true.
see the smiling children who will come running towards you to hug you or to play with you.
Something I never thought
Instead,
about.
you see anger on people's faces. So, does it mean that Americans do not know how to be happy without money? On the other hand, in India, random strangers in the slums have hosted me and cooked for me. They showed me an immense generosity that I will never be able to forget.
Yeah,
Many
definitely it's more
Western
similar
tourists
to
love to
Mexico.
photograph poor Indians. This is something that happens all the time, and quite often, most Westerners do it without asking for any kind of permission. On the other hand, have you ever tried to walk in the American slums with a camera, taking pictures or videos
They
of the poor?
will,
You better not.
yeah, they will try to kill you.
Our friends and well-wishers warned us not to go to those areas with a camera. There can be serious safety issues. Why are the poor areas in the Western nations perceived as dangerous? Is it about drugs and crime?
Could be
I was
actually.
told that there are places in America where even the police do not feel very comfortable going.
Yes, that's
Forget
as well
about
true.
women's safety. On occasions, even men do not tend to feel very safe walking in American slums.
That's true.
It is something that isn't impossible to do, but is definitely not recommended. If you go to an American slum, you can find people that are unemployed, drug addicts, beggars, and even criminals who are on the run.
Yes.
The situation appears to be different in India. It doesn't mean that slums in India are crime-free, but Indian urban slums are definitely more like informal settlements which provide the migrants from other parts of the country an opportunity to live cheap and save money. Many residents in these Indian slums live there only temporarily until they are able to grow enough in their career to move out. These slums in India are massive entrepreneurial hubs. Mumbai's Dharavi is a good example. It looks like a self-created special economic zone. The recycling industry, pottery industry, textile industry. A simple walk can
Never thought
expose you
about
to
this
thousands of
before, like
single-room
in that way.
factories. Hardworking, simple people whose products are even exported to other nations. The annual turnover of this Indian slum has been reported to be in the range of $500 million to $1 billion. As far as health and sanitation is concerned, the situation is bad in both American and Indian slums. In particular, San Francisco streets are suffering from an unfortunate poop crisis. To fight the problem, the city officially started a poop patrol task force in
Wow, I didn't know
2018.
that.
To fight the problem digitally, a tech guy even started an app called Snapcrab, but the poop crisis in San Francisco still continues. While the administration in
Didn't
India
know
might
that.
have broken several world records by constructing millions of toilets in a short period and are now striving to bring a behavioral change in Indians, the situation in San Francisco is going from bad to worse. More and more human feces are being spotted on San Francisco streets every year,
Wow.
and many will likely just go unreported. Among the reported ones, just in 2018, there were more than 28,000 poop sightings. When it comes to healthcare, things can be extremely difficult in America
Yes.
if you do not have at least $1,000 with you.
Definitely.
An amount that is usually required to be paid if a person wants to be able to use their health insurance. That is why even those Americans who have health insurance often find it difficult to take advantage of the benefits of their health insurance. It was found that half of all insurance policyholders in the USA face a deductible of at least $1,000.
That's just crazy, US.
Unfortunately, $1,000 is already too much for many Americans to have in their bank savings. In 2016, a survey by Go Banking Rates revealed that 34% of Americans have no money in the bank, and 69% of Americans do not have even $1,000 in savings.
Wow.
India's national healthcare program is a work in progress. In 2018, India launched an ambitious nationwide scheme which is said to be the world's biggest government health program and is expected to transform India's healthcare system.
Hopefully it
When
works.
it comes to the overall lifestyle in different budgets, nobody can beat India. While the American homeless are often seen eating bread or junk food, the poor in India can eat fresh, healthy food in various
that's
low-budget
100% true.
restaurants that are spread everywhere in various
That's something that's
locations.
always surprised me about India and
In the
amazed me.
West, poor people are seen buying second-hand clothes. In India, poor people can buy brand new clothes that are available for extremely low prices. The poor in India can even travel all over the country on trains. They can watch movies in cinema halls and do many things that the richest do while being on a low budget. And this is because in India, all types of lifestyles for various budgets are available.
That's really interesting.
In the West, the minimum price for several things are already out of budget for many.
Yeah, I live it out in Ireland.
Whether it is
Basically,
train
that
ticket,
was.
house price, rentals, good quality food, fresh fruits and vegetables, or even clothes, they are out of the budget of many.
It's really similar to
That
Mexico,
forbid.
India in that way.
But if tomorrow you became poor, where would you wish to be? India or America? As a concerned global community, we should appeal to both nations to work hard in an effort to eliminate poverty and homelessness. See you again.
That was a very change perspective video. Really, really interesting because I was never seen the poverty in that matter, in that way. And the way that she explained it, she does it really, really good, like she put the perspective of both countries. And in my case, I was able to see it in Ireland, that is a very expensive country, and very often more often start growing the homeless people. Because yes, it's super, super, super expensive to do any kind of activity for food, anything, like basically, I remember when I arrived as a student to Ireland, it was really expensive, even to just go for a chicken sandwich. The cheapest that you could find was, I think so, €2. And that for Mexico will be around 50 pesos, 55 pesos, And in Mexico, with that, you could buy like a lot more, like plenty of options, while this is something very good quality at comparison with what it was in Ireland. And rents as well, extremely, extremely expensive. Go to the cinema or going a night out just to go for dinner. For two will be in around $60, 60 euros, 50 euros, So it was like really expensive, and even I was not like poor, because I was working like a lot of hours. But even like that, I have always to be thinking about going out because I knew that I was going to spend a lot of money. And yeah, of course, to be poor in any of these countries is very, very tough. And yes, there will be, like she was explaining, US, the people won't be friendly, won't be nice with you. They will be like more kind of annoyed. in somehow, you know. And it's similar in India here than Mexico, that people will be more kind, they will open your house, they will give you even what they don't have, you know. It's like really in that way as well a similarity between Mexico and India. And yes, of course, the good part of countries like Mexico, India, Latin America, that you have options for any kind, you know. Here cinema you can find it for 20 pesos, that is around 60-70 rupees, you know. Or you can find cinemas of 200 pesos, that will be around 700 rupees. So you have the options for any kind of budget. You have food for any kind of budget. You have from very cheap restaurants, but as well good quality, to very expensive restaurants. But I think so even something like even India is way better than Mexico. It's about the food that a lot of people give for charity, a lot of temples, and that's something that is amazing and still kind of surprised me. The how people that is very kind of, that India is a very kind country, that always will try to help people that have less. Here in Mexico is not that too much culture, because it's more about if you're a good worker, if you want to kind of prosper, you just have to work, you know. And if you don't have enough money, that's the belief. I'm not saying that I am believing that, but that's the general belief of people. So that's why they don't, people doesn't really help too much to poor people, because it's the mentality of poor people is poor because they don't work enough, you know. Like that kind of mentality, I'm not saying it's wrong, it's bad, just it's more towards that side. So it's not too much conscious about helping poor people as it is in India, that I can see that how you go and it's free food in all temples, how now that it was with the pandemic, how all the temples was helping to people that were sick. Like it's really in that case, I think so India have it here in a really great level that many countries should follow. But it's really interesting, this video, you know, made me think a lot of things and realize many things. Anyway guys, I don't know what you think. I would love to read your comments, just put it there, and see you tomorrow with another video. Have an amazing day. Don't forget to follow me here on my social media, and just see you there. Soon we will be having a live in Patreon from the beach. So if you want to follow more here, Patreon is like more like deep into thinking Nash, and as well my Instagram. So see you there guys.